And we're pumped to have you guys here. What a time, what a week, what a time in Isagenix, I would say.
Yeah, it's crazy. Just with everything going on, like all the great in Isagenix and everything that everybody's going through right now.
Yeah.
Like, so happy that you could all jump on here.
Yes,
Like, the screen is
totally.
filling up. This is crazy. I love it.
Yes. Oh, Eunice, you're rocking the Golden Gate Bridge again. I love it. So fun. You guys, you guys crack me up. Okay. Um, yes, absolutely awesome. Okay, so a couple things. First order of business, we have one piece of recognition, which is that we have our newest consultant. It was, if you were on, April Woods has her newest consultant. Her name is Alex Andrews. Woo! Go, Alex!
Glorious.
So excited for her. So excited for you, April, as well. I know it's almost sweeter to see a teammate do that. And really, it's, you know, she shared products with people that she loves with people that she loves. And that's the beauty of this. So just awesome. And a little birdie told me April is going for Crystal Director soon this week, potentially. So everyone be cheering her on. If any of the rest of you, those of you who have big goals right now, going for Crystal Director, throw it in the chat so we can cheer you on. Tell us if you're going for that, because we literally want to cheer you on. We want to know. Others want to cheer you on. You know, that added little sense of accountability is always awesome as well. It's a great dose. So that is so fun.
Or any other goals you're running to this week.
Any other goals?
Anything you got?
Goals? Throw them in the chat. Okay, throw them in the chat. Cool. Crystal Manager, Beth, I love it. Yes and yes. Yes to that. So two consultants, you can do it.
Love it.
You can. And I remember that you enrolled, I want to say March 4th, because when we talked about the whole your story, it was, and so you're still within your time frame. So that's March 3rd. Okay, cool. One day off. You are still within your time frame for Crystal Manager and the $250. So that is just awesome. So you go, you run. That's great. I love it. And helping people get paid, you'll see, is just the best. Okay, so that, and then the Leader in Action formula was updated. And I'm not going to spend a ton of time on it. Actually, I'm not going to spend much time on it. But I will throw that right there in the chat is the video that Isagenix put out. It's from the Isagenix business group. You can see it's Jim Coover's video on the link. But it is all about top achievers, which is the trip to Fiji next year. It is about the Leader in Action formula, which has been updated. And just a couple keys that I love about the updates, you guys. In the past, the Leader in Action formula zeroed out if any one of the numbers was a 0. And so I naturally saw people, because one of the numbers was weeks paid as executive. So you naturally, if a person was by human nature not paid as executive, knowing that that would be a 0, it would zero out the rest of it. So it would make basically that formula irrelevant to you. That formula, that is one of my favorite parts. It is an addition now, and you get points in it for being paid as manager. You get 2 points for each week. Paid as director, 4 points for each week. Paid as executive, 8 points for each week. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is still new to me, but I think those are the right numbers. So you get points in that category as you are building your business, as you are growing to executive. Yes, executive is, there are so many reasons to be there, but the formula is so relevant to you along the way. And even if you had a 0 in that column, you can still have points for Leader in Action because it doesn't multiply. It's an addition. It's fabulous. You know, these are the things I'm teaching my second grader right now in distant learning. You know, 0 doesn't zero out everything. So that I love. And then I also love that the 4 categories. Oh, Barbie, thank you. Thank you for clarifying that for me. See, that's how rumors start. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. And so the other part I love about it is each of the 4 numbers you truly can track on the sheet in a very easy way. In the past, I know it was like, what is my cycle bench? What is my cycle growth? It's kind of hard to know my cycle growth. But the numbers, you guys, you're personally enrolled for the month of 100 BV or more. That is a concrete number. You can get that. That's not rocket science to get that number. Take then also your 2 PET, the people that you have enrolled at any point in time. It could be someone you enrolled 4 years ago. Any enrollment that they do will count under that 2 PET category. Okay, so you get points for that. You actually get double for that because helping others in this business that they share aspect, you get double. The third category is personally enrolled rank advancements. So you get points for rank advancing, not you, but your team to consultant, manager, director, executive, 1-star, you get points along the way for that category. And then the points for rank advancing yourself, as Barbie put in the chat. And you get to add them all up. And the top 115 point earning businesses will go to top achievers on the Fiji trip next year. So it's real easy to track. And along the way, maybe Fiji is on your goal and your vision board. Maybe you want to just simply improve every month over yourself because it's you versus you. And that's cool too. Like whatever it looks like, it's a way for you to measure, am I doing the right actions? And yeah, Barbie, their seasonality with cycles. There's also like the cycles will come if you're doing these 4 things. The cycles will come. They're like a result. We can't be like, oh, I'm going to grow. It's like, what do we do to create the result of the cycles? So I just love it. I really do. So that's videos in the chat. Okay. And then this Saturday is ISA Academy. And ISA Academy is a 4-hour segment. And I know I was joking with someone today. I think it was Drew. No one has, a baby shower to attend. No one has a wedding to attend. There's nothing going on. So think about who, not just for yourself, but who else do you want to get on with you to watch ISA Academy? And those one-on-one invites to your new people. It's 11 a.m. Central Time. It's 4 hours plus another 4 hours of modules, and it's free, totally free, right? So we will open up this Zoom line, this account. Gretchen had the idea last time. I think it worked out so well. Gretchen's nodding, yes, to have the chat and to be able to, sit. And honestly, having the Zoom account open for me makes me sit here in the office and be present and not be like, trying to do dishes at the same time and like, making kids grilled cheese or whatever. Like, no, taking that time truly for your business, for yourself, for your mindset, for your skills. David Wood is opening it, kicking it off. There are other amazing trainers throughout the whole time frame. It's 4 hours. I hope you use it as a place to plug in your new people as well.
Yeah, I couldn't say that. I was getting ready to jump in, and then I was like, nope, she checked that mark. Nope, she checked that box. But no, really, like that's what it is. And I do think the Zoom account, like, it's hard sometimes when these things are free and you don't have to go somewhere and you don't have to be somewhere. It's really easy to take it for granted and just put your headphones in, and you're going to be doing some stuff outside in the lawn. But really, this is an incredible thing that Isagenix is offering for free, like for free to you, for free to your prospects. This is a great tool for those people who are interested in learning more. And it's something we're going to talk about today. So I would really implore you to just really take those 4 hours. You can do what you want to do. I'm not going to say that you have to be on this thing because everybody's in a different place. But if you want your business to grow even a minute amount from where it is today, like this is a free golden opportunity for you to plug into and to have your people there.
Yeah, that's perfect. That is. And, everyone has different situations when it comes to the kids or, but if I've had to get time, sometimes I'll literally take my car somewhere and I'll tether my laptop to my phone and I'll have my laptop and I'll have my phone and,
sit in an empty parking lot.
He is gracious to let me do that. And I get every single person and he can do it if he wants. He can take out, so go sit in a parking lot. I know we have to get creative at times like this, or if your kids can sit and do things, near you, that's cool too. So just wanted to go through, there's so much right now. I do believe ISA Academy, normally we would be booking, childcare in different hotels and things, but to have that available to us is just truly wonderful. So I would encourage one-on-one invites to all of the people. I thought of you because hop on. Here's a chance to learn, really showcase what we have available and be having those new people hopping on with us as well as come join our chat. Yes. Okay. So we are on step 3. Step 3. And this, you guys, the concept of this 4-step process is truly supposed to simplify. And right now I'm seeing it really land with a lot of people. I'm seeing it be an easy thing for people to invite to. I'm seeing it be something that people are like, oh, it's 4 steps. Okay. And yes, absolutely. There are 4 steps, and then we all apply them a little bit differently, or but what it is really teaching me is, and what I love about this call specifically, our Monday night calls, is that we are focused on skills. And then the individual difference, the you factor, is the action that you choose to take with those skills, as well as where your mindset is at, right? Mindset and action are very personal topics. And those are, if we're connecting one-on-one, or if you're connecting with one of your mentors one-on-one, or, plugging into the events or plugging into mindset things. But this call really should be, really should be able to be the place where you will get the skills, and then they can be elevated. And we'll have, guest speakers and mindset on here and stuff like that. But really, this is the place. And sometimes this call is redundant to you. Sometimes it will seem redundant to you because the business is a very repetitive business. The concept of success, growing to success can be very mundane. The journey to success is mundane. I think that was a quote Zach said on a call today or this weekend. The journey to success is mundane. And so part of it is that you will have all these aha moments and feel goods and warm fuzzies and hopefully vision for yourself and clarity. And at the same time, if you're feeling like, gosh, I already know this stuff, I've heard it, like that's when it's for your team, your new people, your team, you're seeing them light up, you're seeing them get their warm fuzzies and their vision and their skills. And then you can take this call and the information and have it be living, breathing material throughout the week in your conversations or practice, or, really being like, gosh, this is a place that we just plug into the infrastructure. Okay. And so what better segue into what today is, which is really plugging people in. And we will go back through steps 1 and 2 on a looping sort of series, not identical every time, hopefully some different flavor and different mindset to it. But, I'm going to share my screen here. And if you have questions, you can throw them in the chat or even unmute yourself, honestly. But here's leadersrisehere.com, right? Leadersrisehere.com. So the main page comes to this. Once again, I know some of you, this is your first call. There's this, just short little 2-minute video of the introduction to the website. Create curiosity. We did that on this call. We covered this stuff right here. Beth developed her story with me a couple of weeks ago, right here using the story template. We talked about this. Everyone sat down and wrote down their answers to what is Isagenix, what do you do? And then we moved on to invite people to take a look. And hopefully you guys watched this over the past week or 2 weeks. We did the avatar exercise together. And then we went over the top-down approach and what that really looks like in inviting to a tool, right? And so steps 1 and 2, and use the tools you'll see is now completely built out with, I believe, everything to me falls under like these 3. Sure, there are periphery tools, but you're going to invite to a 3-way call or a video or a presentation or a combination of those. Okay, and this links directly to the art of Isagenix. This links directly to the Isagenix 3-way calling document right here. This links directly to Isamobi, and here's some details about why, and then information on presentations. So that is there. And I'm seeing here I need to add a button to go directly to step 3. It's awesome. We're rolling it out. Done is better than perfect. We're rolling it out as we go. Plugging people in. And I'll just talk briefly about what plugging people in is, and then Jake can kind of walk through some of the steps here. But really, I have 4 keys that I want to talk about when it comes to plugging people in. And I really think about the first 2 as before they've enrolled. And then the next 2, steps 3 and 4, are after they've enrolled. Because our job is not done once they have enrolled, once they have said yes. And this area, sure, we plug people in before they've enrolled. That's fine. There is some gray and there is some interpretation. But as a rule, when I think about it, we've invited them to take a look. We have gotten them started on products. They have their box coming. And now part of the key to their success and the long-term duplication and growth of your business is about plugging people in. And I have 4 things I want to talk about. The first one is the concept of the line. And Eric Worre talks about that there is a point when there is a line. Imagine this imaginary line in someone's network marketing journey, in their Isagenix journey. There is a line where it is easier to quit, and there is a line where it is easier to stay, okay? And so when it is easier to stay, okay, so easier to stay for everyone, it's going to be something different, right? And I'll just do this so that I can like talk for a minute. When it is actually easier to stay, might be the product experience for them. You know, it might be a transformation that they have. It might be a community member that they've met or an accountability partner that they have. It could be a whole lot of things. It might be that they've gotten their first ISA wallet upload. Did something in the process is going to make it easier for them to stay. It might be that they attended an event with you. It might be that they got on a 3-way call with someone that's just like them. There are so many things that make it easier to stay. There are also things where they dip a toe in and it's like they're not fully committed, right? And part of our job of plugging people in is to shift people over the line to the point where they are like the point of no return. And plugging people into these different things is going to do that. So that's point one. Over the line. Is it easier to quit or easier to stay? You know, I think about like, once I knew what was possible, I couldn't unknow that. I couldn't unknow what was possible. So it's like, even if I was like, no, never mind, I don't want it, like, I couldn't unknow that. It was like so much easier for me to say, well, I'm fully in and fully invested, I'm committed, I'm doing this because I know what's available to me. I can't not do it, right? That's a line that Eric Worre talks about. Number two is you want your people to become independent of you as quickly as possible. And that doesn't mean that you're not there for them. That means that they have found their home in Isagenix that might be independent of you. You know, I think about Drew Bischoff and the IsaBody Challenge. Like, I have nothing to do with that. It's like his success, you know? It's like he loves it. I think about people in the Start group, watching Courtney Mott comment or like posts or share posts from that group and be like, oh my gosh, she just you know, I have nothing to do with that. We create true freedom when people feel independent of us. That happens in our product groups. That happens in our business. You know, that happens in so many ways. And that's how, if you're, you know, if the goal is some form of freedom, which I'm guessing it is at some capacity, you know, the person being independent of you is a really key thing. So that's two, independent of you. Number three is they're the center of their own story. Sort of related to two, but they are the center of their own story, right? We are periphery to someone's story. And so when they are plugged in, they can feel empowered. People who are plugged in feel empowered and they want to continue. You know, think of those customers that you've had for however long you've been doing this, the very first ones that still order, right? I mean, I have a few. I have plenty that have quit, but I have a few. They are the center of their own Isagenix journey, right? Or the people who they see a promo before I see it. And they're like, oh my gosh, Elson, did you see this? I'm totally running for Fiji. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't even hear about it. Like, and so when they're plugged in, they have access to those things. I'm not the be all end all. I'm just a piece of their story, never the center of their story. And number four is that they're rooted and their why is deep for the long game, for the long term. And that, you know, people don't go from point A to point Z overnight, not everyone. You know, and today I was reminded of two examples. One, Molly Terlinden told me that her first Super Saturday wasn't the one that did it. She left there still okay. The second one, the Up Level Summit, is what did it for her, right? And so she needed Ari and her sisters to say, we're going to this too. Come on, we're going to this too. Like, we don't need, it's not just enough to sign them up and say, here you go. It's, we're going to do it. Come on, come with me. Okay, you're still, okay, let's do it, you know? Same with Barbie. So she ordered her box in 2014, went with me to Miami in 2015. And today we were talking, and 2016 was the time she really put her stake in the ground, put her foot in the ground, you know? So along that time, she was in that journey of A to Z, you know, and moving along. And so plugging people in is really getting them across to where they see themselves as growing and they're rooted in what they're doing. Does that make sense? There's some stuff in the chat. I feel like I should. Let me just double check. Okay, cool. Yes, oh my gosh, you guys are so welcome. Yes, the best thank you can give me is to use it. And if you see things in there that we need to tweak, or there are continual repetitive questions on, let's tweak them. Like, let's make it just the best place possible. Okay. So I'm going to go back to my share screen. And yeah, let's just talk through what's at this site.
Yeah, the screen looks like chaos. I love it. Yeah, I mean, really, and Allison said it. It's there's the imaginary line, and you want your people to be Joey. That you want them to be so far away from the line is a dot to them.
I was like,
you want to be, this is Friends reference for people.
Oh my God.
I know I took you way other. No. So far over the line, or Chandler, the line is a dot to you. And really, these steps, and Allison said, this step 3 is kind of a little bit gray. There's a little bit of plugging in step 2 when you're getting people enrolled. But when you get them here, what we're really trying to do is get people, like she said, comfortable and independent of you as fast as possible and along this journey for the long haul. Because anybody who's been in, the marketing or business world knows it is so much harder to gain a new customer than it is to keep the current customer you have happy. And they're not just happy enough with you sending them a link or taking on their credit card information and getting them a box. Like, what you really want to do with this 3-way call is you're not connecting to someone to maybe necessarily share about their product journey, but share everything. You don't want to be that person. This turns into, and we've mentioned it before, a glorified sales position. If you just have to keep enrolling people and answering questions all the time, and all of a sudden you have 500 people you've enrolled and you're the only person that they know in Isagenix. So every time they have a question about anything, they're calling you, then you don't have time. We talk a lot of, you hear, from stage, or we've said before on these calls, kind of the 80-20 rule. You have the 80% of your time, like, out there doing the income producing activities, like bringing people in. As your teams grow, which I know they will, as you're following the system, if you're the only person they know and the only way they can get information or questions asked, your time shrinks, like exponentially almost, because people are going to keep having these questions. So really, by getting them on 3-way calls where they can be introduced, to a Danny Schaefer or to a Chelsea Word, and someone they can have some connection with. I know Allison, one of the best things that happened to her, and I think she would say this, I'm going to speak for her, in the first year was Amanda connecting her with Julie Coughlin and Lori, and like having those people who you can go to when you have questions, and you people that you're going to run with to goals with, and you're going to be helping each other out. So doing those kind of things, and you also meet those people at events. That's step number 2 when you're promoting events. And she had the story of Molly, like the first event didn't necessarily do it to her, but you keep bringing them along, and eventually they're going to get over that line, and you're not going to have to do as much anymore. Then those people become your peers that you're running with instead of your team that you're kind of mother henning and kind of you want to get people into these things and then push them out of the nest as quickly as possible so you can fly and you can soar with them instead of keeping them in that nest. And then in number 3, other ways to plug in Facebook groups, which is something that maybe we're doing before someone is enrolled. We're introducing them to product groups. We're introducing them to business groups, because another one of the tools, and we'll talk about it on another call when we go over step 2, is the compensation plan. Like, that is legitimately a tool. People need to know, like, that, in my opinion, could be argued is our best solution, is the compensation plan. Like, that is something that I don't know anybody in my circle right now who does not like, want, or need extra money. Like, this is a real solution that we have for people, so that's a tool. Maybe it's a business group now that you're inviting them to. They're getting their feet wet. They're understanding. They're learning. They're connecting with people. Team calls like this one. The weekly team calls. It says right there. I mean, I'm not gonna read the slide for you. You guys can go to the website and look at it, but really go for it. And the edification is a huge deal. There's a video link here. Allison did a call on edification. I really, really encourage you to go on and watch that. And that's really one of those powerful things, because as they're getting on a 3-way call and meeting someone else, they're meeting someone in Facebook groups, they're meeting people, things, it starts to become not just you and this crazy thing you're getting them into. It really validates everything that you're telling them. And I mean, I don't know if I can really say much more than that. That's gonna.
Yeah, and this was the team call on March 2nd. I think a lot of you were on it. Some of you weren't. That's cool. Go back and watch it and check out. I mean, because one thing I hear often is, gosh, I can't get people on the 3-way call, or I can't get them to watch the tool like they say they're in. And so that will help you edify. It was AJ right after that call. She was like edifying. I was watching on the messages with me, her prospect and me, and she was edifying. And it was like, we were getting people on three-way calls. I was like, you guys, it works. Like everything I'm putting on this website is stuff that I have seen that works. And if something comes about that doesn't work, we don't talk about it on the website. The website is a living, breathing tool for us to really go and take and simplify. And people are looking for certainty. They're looking for, gosh, if I come, what do I do? And so often, okay, you can do it, but can I really do it? The website is supposed to answer that for them and keep it so simple, And yes, Chelsea, the three-way calls Gretchen got you on. And I love that you say calls plural, because there is so much to that. That first one might do a little for you. The next one, more. The next one, more. And this business to me is so much happens on those 1-to-1 or 2-to-1 phone calls, video Zoom too. Absolutely video Zoom, more so than, just messaging back and forth or texting back and forth or, keeping that, that's the plugging people in piece. 3 before you even got your box. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And everybody's going to be different. Every situation is going to be different. It's how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? For the owl, it was 3, and then he bit it and he was over the line. He was ready to go. It might be, 3 before you get your box. Everybody's going to be a little bit different. And the other reason that we made this is because we don't want you guys spending time coming up, trying to create your own thing. Like, spend the time reading through this, using it, and doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And then take your people and give them the link and walk them through everything else. Like, this is repetitive. If it does not duplicate it, it does not matter.
Correct.
In this business. So really, I just encourage you to go through it and then go through it again in a couple months and go through it again and go through it again until it's in your brain and you start to do these things without having to look at what your next step is. And then as you find your people, you're going to plug them in and they're going to do the same thing. And it's going to be repetitive. It's going to be the same. And you're going to start creating this machine.
Yeah, totally. And so many of the questions that we get all the time we're just getting it out there. And, the other tabs on the website, we have additional resources. As I get repetitive questions, right now there's actually out there something about overcoming objections. There's a list for personal development. There, training by topic, the international website. So we're putting stuff out there because I want everything to live. And we get so many of the same questions, and we saw a need for this. We really did. So I hope that you are able to take it and run with it and use it. And it is yours. Like, it is your living and breathing thing to use for sure.
And that is not to say we don't still want questions. This is just a first place to check. We still love hearing questions and helping and talking to you. We just want to make it faster so you don't have to wait for us.
Cool. Good. Any questions?
Jinx.
Jinx. Emily Mack, you had an enrollment today. I just see your face there, so I'm going to just cheer you on. There were a couple other fun ones.
And thank you, everybody, for joining with your cameras on.
Yeah.
Love it.
So good to see you guys.
Love it.
Good to see your faces. Anything at all? Otherwise, go watch definitely watch the Leader in Action thing that I linked to Facebook. We'll see you here for ISA Academy. I'll put a flyer in Everyday Rockstars, but yeah, rock it, you guys. I can just tell people are looking for this. People really are looking for this. We have had people coming to us a lot over the past couple weeks. Some just simply want to get their health back while they're at home. They have the time to, and and that's cool. Like, meet them where they're at and show them what's possible. So, okay. Have a good night, you guys.
Right,
we love you.